Good morning everyone. Welcome to my YouTube video. Are you ready to learn and understand Mathematics 5? If you are ready, let's go. Our lesson for today is about divisibility rules of 2, 5, and 10. Objective of the lesson. After watching the video lesson, the pupils are expected to, first, understand the meaning of divisibility. Second, identify numbers that are divisible by 2, 5, and 10. And third, use the divisibility rules for 2, 5, and 10 to find the common factors of numbers. But before we proceed to our lesson, let's have a mental drill first. Our mental drill is about dividing numbers by 2, 5, and 10. Divide the numbers as fast as you can, using your mind. Are you ready? So let's begin. 20 divided by 2, you're correct. It is 10. How about this one? 15 divided by 5, it is 3. 50 divided by 10, it is 5. 65 divided by 5, it is 13. 18 divided by 2, it is 9. 100 divided by 10, it is 10. 40 divided by 5, it is 8. Give the 7 multiples of the following numbers. Okay, let's begin with 2. What are the multiples of 2? The 7 multiples of 2. Are you ready? What is the first multiple of 2? You're correct. It is 2. What comes next after 2? It is 4. After 4, it is 6. Then after 6, it is 8. After 8, it is 10. Then after 10 is 12. And after 12 is 14. Now, how about the multiples of 5? What are the 7 multiples of 5? The first one is 5. Next is 10. After 10 is 15, 20, 25, 30, then 35. Then, how about 10? What are the 7 multiples of 10? First is 10. After 10 is 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, then 70. So let's begin our lesson by a story problem. Jack likes to play marbles. He collected 60 marbles. He wanted to put his marbles into jars. Would it be possible to divide his marbles into 2, 5, or 10 jars equally? If yes, how many marbles would be put if he uses 2 jars? How many marbles would be put if he uses 5 jars? And how many marbles would be put if he uses 10 jars? To better understand the problem, let me illustrate the problem. Jack has, how many marbles does Jack have? You're correct. It is 60 marbles. So let me see if these 60 marbles can be divided equally by 2, 5, and 10. Are you ready? So let's begin by dividing it by 2. So Jack has 60 marbles. So if he uses 2 jars, how many marbles would be put in each jar? So to illustrate, let's divide the marbles. Let's divide it into 2 equal sets, or divide it into 2 equal groups. So how many marbles would be there in each group? That's 1, and that is another 1. So how many marbles are there in each set or in each group? There are 30 marbles. So how many marbles would be there, or how many marbles would be put in each jar if these 60 marbles would be divided equally into two groups or into 2 sets? So each jar would have 30 marbles each. Next, what if we divide Jack's marbles into 5 equal sets, or into 5 equal groups? If he uses 5 jars and he wanted to divide his marbles equally into 5 sets or into 5 groups, then how many marbles would be put in each jar? So let me divide these marbles into 5 equal sets, or into 5 equal groups. So this is 1. Then the next is, and the third one, and then so as you can see, I divided 60 marbles into 5 equal sets, or into 5 groups. So how many marbles are there in each set or in each group? There would be 12 marbles each. So if Jack wants to divide his marbles equally into 5 sets or into 5 groups, then how many marbles are there in each jar? So there would be 12 marbles in each jar. Now, how about divided by 10, or divided by 10? So let us divide again. If he uses 10 jars and he divide this into 10 equal groups, or into 10 equal sets, then how many marbles are there in each set or in each group? So let me divide again this 60 marbles, this time into 10 equal sets, or into 10 equal groups. So this is 1. Next, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So I divided Jack's marbles into 10 equal sets, or into 10 equal groups. So how many marbles are there in each set or in each group? You're correct. There are 6 marbles. So, how many marbles are there in each jar? There are 6 marbles in each jar. So, what is divisibility? Ano ba ang ibig sabihin ng divisibility? Divisibility means it is the capacity of a number that being divided evenly or equally without leaving any remaining or remainder. So, kailan ba natin nasasabi na ang isang number ay divisible or ano nga ba ang ibig sabihin ng divisibility? Ang ibig sabihin ng divisibility kapag ang isang number ay mahahati ng pantay-pantay na walang maiiwang tira, doon natin masasabi na ang isang number ay divisible. When a whole number is divided by another whole number, the result must be a whole number also. So, kapag dinivide yung number, dapat yung magiging sagot nyon ay isang whole number din. So, doon masasabi natin na ang number ay divisible kapag siya ay mahati o ma-divide ng pantay-pantay na walang maiiwang remainder o tira. Para mas lalo ninyong maunawaan kung anong ibig sabihin ng divisibility, ipapakita ko sa pamamagitan ng grupo ng mga bagay. Katulad nito, anong grupo ng mga bagay ang meron ako? Tama. Ang grupo ng bagay meron ako ay ang carrots. Ilang carrots meron dito? Tama. Meron ditong 12 carrots. Kung hahatiin ko to sa 6 na pantay-pantay na grupo o 6 na grupo, ilang carrots ang meron sa bawat grupo? So, hatiin natin ito sa 6. Ito yung una, pangalawa, pangatlo, pang-4, pang-5, at pang-6. So, hinati ko ang 12 carrots sa 6 na grupo o 6 na pantay-pantay na pangkat o grupo. So, ilang carrots ang meron sa bawat grupo? Tama kayo. May 2 carrots sa bawat grupo. So, kung isusulat natin yung mathematical sentence na ito ay 12 divided by 6 equals 2. Ngayon, anong napansin ninyo sa paghahati? Meron bang naiwang sobra sa ating paghahati? Walang naiwang sobra. So, nangangahulugan na ang 12 ay pwedeng hatiin sa 6 ng pantay-pantay na walang maiiwang tira o sobra. So, therefore, 12 is divisible by 6. Isa pang halimbawa, meron ako ditong 8 bola. Kung hahatiin ko to sa 2 grupo o 2 pantay na grupo, ilang bola ang meron sa bawat grupo? So, tignan natin. Hatiin natin ang 8 bolang ito sa 2 magkapantay na grupo. So, ito yung una. At ito naman yung pangalawa. So, ilang bola ang meron sa bawat grupo? Tama kayo. Merong 4 na bola. Hinati ba natin ito ng pantay-pantay? Tama. Nahati natin ito sa 2 grupo ng magkapantay. So, kung isusulat natin ang mathematical sentence nito, ito ay 8 divided by 2 equals 4. 8 divided by 2 kasi hinati natin yung 8 bola sa dalawang magkapantay na grupo. At 4 dahil yun yung bilang ng bola sa bawat grupo. Ilang bola ang meron sa bawat grupo? 4 na bola. So, ano ang napansin ninyo? Nahati ba natin ito sa dalawang magkapantay na grupo? Nahati ba natin ito sa dalawa na magkapantay? Oo. So, ang ibig sabihin niyan, yung 8 ay divisible sa 2. So, therefore, 8 is divisible by 2. Isa pang halimbawa. Meron ako ditong 10 lapis. Kung hahatiin ko to sa 3 magkapantay na grupo, ilang lapis kaya ang meron sa bawat grupo? So, tignan natin kung mahahating ba natin itong 10 lapis sa 3 magkapantay na grupo. So, ito yung una, pangalawa, at pangatlo. Oops! Nahati ba natin? Ay, paano yung sobrang isa? Mahahati pa ba natin yan? So, anong napansin ninyo? Nahati ba natin ang 10 lapis sa 3 magkapantay na grupo? So, hindi. So, nangangahulugan na ang 10 ay hindi pwedeng hatiin sa 3 magkapantay na grupo. Kung isusulat natin yung mathematical sentence nito, 10 divided by 3 is equal to 3.3. So, meron siyang decimal number. Nangangahulugan na merong naiwan o sobra na hindi na isama sa paghahati. So, hindi siya pwedeng hatiin sa 3 magkapantay na grupo. So, anong ibig sabihin nito? Nangangahulugan na ang 10 ay hindi divisible sa 3. Therefore, 10 is not divisible by 3. So, balik tayo sa story problem natin kanina. Ang tanong dyan, would it be possible to divide his marbles into 2, 5, or 10 jars equally? So, ano yung ginawa natin kanina? Nahati ba natin yung 60 marbles ni Jack sa 2 magkapantay na grupo, 5 magkapantay na grupo, at 10 magkapantay na grupo? Nahati ba natin ito ng pantay-pantay gamit ang mga illustration? Nahati natin. So, ang sagot yan, would it be possible to divide these marbles into 2, 5, or 10 jars equally? Ang sagot ay yes. So, anong ibig sabihin doon? Kapag pwede siyang hatiin sa 2, 5, o 10 magkapantay na grupo, nangangahulugan nito na ang 60 is divisible by 2, 5, and 10. What if the numbers to be divided by 2, 5, or 10 are 1028, 1009, 3335, 4410, 50,196? Malalaman ba natin kung divisible ba ang sa 2, 5, o 10 ang mga ito? Eh, masyadong malalaki na ang mga number nito. Posible ba natin malaman kung divisible ba o pwedeng ma-divide to sa 2, 5, o kaya sa 10 ang bawat number nito na hindi kinakailangan natin mag-divide? So, dito na ngayon papasok ang tinatawag nating divisibility rules. So, ano ba yung divisibility rules? So, una, divisibility rules of 2. So, paano natin malalaman na ang number ay divisible sa 2 o pwedeng hatiin sa dalawang magkapantay na grupo? A number is divisible by 2 if the last digit of the given number to be divided is an even number. So, paano malalaman na ang number ay divisible sa 2? Na hindi kinakailangan i-divide sa 2 para lang malaman na yung number na yon ay pwedeng hatiin sa dalawang magkapantay na grupo. So, kailangan daw yung last digit ng number na yon ay even number. Ano ba yung even number? Even number is a number that when divided by 2, it will give you a whole number. Like 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. So, pag yung even number na kapag dinivide mo siya sa 2, whole number ang magiging sagot. So, para maipakita ko sa inyo, so magpakita tayo ng halimbawa. Examples. Kung meron akong 234, ito ba ay divisible sa 2? Tama. It is divisible by 2. Bakit? It is divisible by 2 because the last digit of the number is an even number. So, tingnan niyo yung huling digit niya. Ano yung huling digit niya? Tama kayo. Ang huling digit niya ay 4. Ang 4 ay even number. So, nangangahulugan na ang 234 ay divisible sa 2. Isa pang halimbawa. 5,210. Divisible ba kaya ito sa 2? Tama. Divisible siya sa 2. Bakit? It is divisible by 2 because the last digit of the number is an even number. So, tingnan niyo yung last digit. Ano yung last digit niya? Tama kayo. Ang last digit niya ay 0. Ang 0 ay even number. Sa panghalimbawa, 339. Divisible ba kaya ito sa 2? Mali. Hindi siya divisible sa 2. Bakit? It is not divisible by 2 because the last digit of the number is not an even number. So, tingnan niyo yung last digit. Ano yung last digit niyan? Tama kayo. Ang last digit niyan ay 9. Ang 9 ay hindi even number. So, nangangahulugan na ang 339 ay hindi divisible sa 2. So, ano naman yung tinatawag nating divisibility rules of 5? A number is divisible by 5 if the last digit of the given number to be divided is 5 or 0. So, kailan natin masasabi na ang number ay divisible sa 5? O pwedeng hatiin, ang number ay pwedeng hatiin sa 5 magkapantay na grupo na hindi kinakailangang i-divide sa 5 para lang malaman natin na ang number ay divisible sa 5. Kapag ang number ay nagtatapos sa 5, kapag ang isang number ay nagtatapos sa digit na 5 o kaya 0. So, halimbawa, magkaroon tayo ng halimbawa. Tulad nito, ang number na ito ay, tama kayo, 320. So, ito ba ay divisible sa 5? Tama kayo, it is divisible by 5. Bakit? It is divisible by 5 because the last digit of the number is 0. Kasi nagtatapos ang digit niya sa 0. Isa pang halimbawa, 1,555. Ito ba ay divisible sa 5? Tama. Divisible siya sa 5. Bakit? Divisible siya sa 5. It is divisible by 5 because the last digit of the number is 5. Kasi ang last digit niya ay nagtatapos sa 5. So, nagtatapos siya sa last digit. Ang last digit ay nagtatapos sa 5. So, it is divisible by 5. Another example, 539. Divisible by 2 sa 5. Hindi. Hindi siya divisible by 5. Bakit? It is not divisible by 5 because the last digit of the number is not 0 or 5. So, kasi hindi siya nagtatapos sa digit na 5 o kaya 0. So, nangangahulugan na ang number na 539 ay hindi pwedeng i-divide sa 5 ng pantay-pantay. So, hindi siya divisible sa 5. So, ano naman yung tinatawag na divisibility rules of 10? A number is divisible by 10 if the last digit of the given number to be divided is 0. So, ibig sabihin, kapag ang number ay nagtatapos sa digit na 0, ang number na yon ay divisible by 10 o pwedeng i-divide siya sa 10 ng pantay-pantay na hindi kinakailangan natin mag-divide para malaman lamang natin kung yung number na yon ay divisible sa 10. So, example, 5,160. Divisible ba ito sa 10? Tama. Divisible siya sa 10 kasi yung number na 5,160 ay nagtatapos sa digit na 0. So, nangangahulugan, it is divisible by 10 because the last digit of the number is 0. So, nangangahulugan na yung 5,160 ay divisible sa 10. Another example, 800. Is it divisible by 10? Yes, you're correct. It is divisible by 10. Bakit? Kasi yung 800 nagtatapos sa digit na 0. So, kapag ang digit ay nagtatapos sa 0, nangangahulugan yung number ay divisible sa 10. It is divisible by 10 because the last digit of the number is 0. Another one, 417. Is it divisible by 10? It is not divisible by 10 because the last digit of the number is not 0. It is not divisible by 10. Bakit? Kasi ang digit ay ang 417 ay hindi nagtatapos sa 0. So, nangangahulugan na ang 417 ay hindi pwedeng i-divide sa 10 ng pantay-pantay. So, it is not divisible by 10. Ngayon, alam niyo na ang ibig sabihin ng divisibility. Magkaroon tayo ng isang pagsasanay. Let's practice. True or false? Number 1, 222 is divisible by 2. Ano sa tingin ninyo? True or false? Tama. Ang sagot ay true. Bakit? Divisible by 2 ang isang number kapag ang last digit niya ay nagtatapos sa even number. So, dito, 222 is divisible by 2 because the last digit is an even number, which is 2. Next, number 2, 5,090 is divisible by 5. Is it true or false? True. Bakit divisible by 5 ang 5,090? Kasi, according to the rule, divisible by 5, then a number is divisible by 5 if the last digit is 5 or 0. So, dito, 5,090, ang 5,090 ay nagtatapos sa digit na 0. So, nangangahulugan na ang 5,090 ay divisible sa 5. How about number 3? 3,145 is divisible by 10. It is divisible by 10. Is it true or false? False. Why? Because the last digit of 3,145 is 5. So, according to the rule, a number is divisible by 10 if the last digit is 0. So, kapag ang number ay nagtatapos sa digit na 0, nangangahulugan na divisible by 10. Kaya lang dito sa number na to na 3,145, hindi naman nagtatapos ang digit niya sa 0. So, hindi divisible by 10. How about number 4? 447 is divisible by 2. You're correct. It is false. Bakit? Ang digit kasi, ang last digit ay hindi even number, which is 7. How about number 5? 1005 is divisible by 5. Is it true or false? True. It is divisible by 5 because the last digit is 5. Let's have another practice. Complete the table below. So, kumpletuhin ang table na ito by putting check mark or X mark. Put a check mark if the number is divisible by the number indicated at the top of each column. So, for example, 2,490, is it divisible by 2? Yes, it is divisible by 2. How about 5? Correct. How about 10? It is also divisible by 10. Okay, oh. What about number 2? 553. Is it divisible by 2? No, it isn't. It is not divisible by 2. How about 5? It is not divisible by 5. How about 10? It is not also divisible by 10. How about number 3? 1085. Is it divisible by 2? No, it is not divisible by 2. How about 5? It is divisible by 5 because the last the last digit of the number is 5. How about 10? It is not divisible by 10. Okay, number 4, 771. Is it divisible by 2? No, it is not divisible by 2 because the last digit of the number is not even number, which is 1. How about 5? Is it divisible by 5? No, it is not divisible by 5. How about 10? Is it divisible by 10? No, it is not divisible by 10. What about number 5? 3,412. Is it divisible by 2? Yes, it is divisible by 2 because the last digit of the number is an even number, which is 2. How about 5? Is it divisible by 5? No, it is not divisible by 5 because the last digit is not 5 or 0. How about 10? It is not divisible by 10 because the last digit of the number is not 0. Remember this. A number is divisible by 2 if the last digit of the number is an even number. So, kailan ba natin masasabi na ang number ay divisible by 2? Kapag ang huling digit ng number ay even number. Ano ba yung even number? Ito yung mga 0, 2, 4, 6, and 8. A number is divisible by 5 if the last digit is 5 or 0. So, ang number, kailan natin masasabi na ang number ay divisible by 5? Kapag ang huling digit niya ay nagtatapos sa 5 o 0. A number is divisible by 10 if the last digit of the number is 0. So, kailan naman natin masasabi na ang number ay divisible by 10? Kapag ang huling digit niya ay nagtatapos sa 0, yung number. So, ito yung dapat ninyong pakatandaan. It's time to test yourself. Get your pen and a sheet of paper. You can pause the video to think the correct answers. Are you ready? So, let's begin. Draw a smiley face if the number is divisible by a number indicated, or sad face if it is not. So, i-drawing yung masayang muka, iguhit ang masayang muka kung yung number na yon ay divisible sa number na divisible sa number na pinapakita doon. Malungkot na mukha kung hindi. So, gusto nyo bang malaman ang mga sagot? Sige, simulan natin. Number 1. 1022 divisible by 2. Ano ang sagot dyan? Smiling face. O, smiley face. Bakit? Divisible by 2 because the number, ang number kasi ay nagtatapos sa even number, which is 2. 2 is an even number. So, therefore, 1022 is divisible by 2. How about number 2? 245 divisible by 5. Is it a smiley face or sad face? Smiley face. Because 245 is divisible by 5 because the last digit of the number is 5. According to the rule, a number is divisible by 5 if the last digit is 5 or 0. How about number 3? 5,503 divisible by 10. Is it a smiley face or sad face? Sad face. Why? 5,503 is not divisible by 10 because the last digit of the number is not 0, which is 3. How about number 4? 444 divisible by 2. Smiley face because the last digit is an even number, which is 4. How about number 5? 9,038 divisible by 5. No, it is not divisible by 5 because 9,038 is because the last digit of the number is not 5 or 0, which is 8. And lastly, number 6, 18,500 divisible by 10. Is it a smiley face or sad face? Smiley face, correct. Because the last digit is 0. Nakuha nyo ba ang lahat ng tamang sagot? Kung ganon, magaling. Sana naibigan ninyo ang bidyong ito. Maraming salamat sa panonood at pakikinig.